07 JK. It's not a Rubicon. It doesn't have fancy air lockers and such, but for right now it's set up to get me in and get me out. And Yukon's been good enough. I'm helping co-develop some axle shafts for them for the front, and there's a lot of chromoly axle shafts out there. We'll help them bring that to market. Yukon's been pretty good with gears and rockers for Dan and I. And so right now I'm open in the front and have a factory limited slip in the back, which I can pretty much make fail. I have a Synergy 3.5-inch lift. So, you know, there's a couple of components up here to help people get through the trail, and JKs are susceptible to a couple of failures, steering system being one of them. So you upgrade the tie rod, the drag length, the pan hard bar. I'm going to do some steering box modifications here soon. That's all. This is all Synergy products here for steering. My suspension's that way right now, but you know, it might get changed in the future. It's pretty low, it's very stable, and it's predictable. So that's what I like the best about it. I have a lot of Poison Spider armor products. I can bang off trees and rocks and not worry about the cosmetics too much. It might look pretty, but it gets used. Got a Bulldog winch up here, and they're a good KOH, King of the Hammers supporter. So the interior of this vehicle has Carey suspension seats in it. They're recliners. I help them adapt these seats to a JK. So you have 4 identical seats, front and rear. So the rear seats can be removed easily. Normally you'd have a bench back here that would fold down. Sometimes people don't want that. So we developed a carriage system to hold the seats. 2 seats bolt to that. Everything underneath is storage. These seats get removed by a cotter pin. So you want to put them in your garage, you want to go to the beach for the weekend, you want to go snow camping and sleep back here, you're able to do it pretty easily. And they're functional. So getting back to these products that work on this Jeep, also the armor. You know, we talked about Poison Spider. They wrap the whole vehicle, envelop it, protect it. JKs don't have any strapping systems in the back like the old Jeeps did. So Holley Performance and Synergy make a nice rack that goes back here, bolts to the factory roll cage. It's super easy to install and super functional. I moved recently to these tires, these Goodrich KM2s, and over the last year I helped Trail Gear, who's primarily a Toyota manufacturer of aftermarket parts for rock hauling. I persuaded them to make these for JKs. JKs have a unique caliper and require special back spacing. So these wheels are Trail Gear Creeper beadlocks. They're 17 by 9 inch with a 3.75 back space. This back spacing allows this rim to go in this vehicle with no spacers that are needed to adapt to clear a caliper issue JKs have. The calipers stick off of the front of the disc a little bit. So these wheels are helpful because JKs are already wide enough. There's no reason to put on an 1.5-inch spacer and make yourself more than full width. A true beadlock, we put these on their Haas machine, drilled them out for a 5-on-5 for JK bolt pattern. Rounded up these tires in Fresno, and I drove it back to Sacramento at 70 with no weights. So I can't speak highly enough about these kind of products that really help make people like me be able to come up here and wheel this vehicle, and other people that don't have experience. You still learn a lot up here, but some of these products will help you get through the trail easier and save yourself from a lot of issues up here. Okay, wheelbase is 116 inches, quite long, which offers you little or no breakover. Basically, you're skidding on everything. So this product here is another Poison Spider product, and you can tell, people ask if I actually four-wheel this. Well, I do. The whole weight of the vehicle rests on these pieces to support it when I'm trying. It's a big, long vehicle, so they help support it. They bounce me off rocks. They make me go around corners smoothly. I can rely on them. The whole underside of this Jeep from the factory, they have a couple of minor skid plates that are not very effective. So there's a couple of companies out there that exist, like TNT Customs, that make a full belly aluminum skid plate system. I don't care about dropping off rocks now. I have some J reel drive shafts, and with the TNT Custom skid plate underneath the belly system, I just don't worry about it. And it's important to have that ability up here to not worry about certain things that could ruin your day or end it really fast. Now, when we're talking about these skid plates, you can see they encompass the front of the motor all the way back through the motor, oil pan, skid plate, transfer case. They come all the way back and even go full width of the fuel tank here. These are important things to protect. And I do hit them. I use them. You can see stuff on here, rocks and scrapes. But if you didn't have that kind of skid plate system, you might be punching an oil pan out, or worse, getting a leak in your fuel system. These products just help protect you and make things a little bit easier up here. And they make noise when they're sliding over things, but good, effective products work well. This is the Dana 30 axle. It's susceptible to some breakage. I've kind of cheated it for a little bit here while Yukon and I developed some chromoly 4340 axle shafts for this. What I've done so far is I drive it safely. I left the front differential open, and I've actually tack welded the U-joint cap to the yoke. What that does is it allows this cap not to spin. When the cap spins, it starts to walk. When caps walk and they extend to a certain point, they have a really bad habit of blowing. These are ball joints nuts here. They can blow the ball joints off and your whole wheel and your suspension's off. So I recommend you going to somebody who knows how to do this. The U-joint's unusable after this, as is the axle shaft. But these are factory shafts. They're pretty cheap. You can find them in junkyards. This is a good way for you to get down the trail and not worry about axle shaft breakage as much. They will break, but what this will do is, because it's stronger there now, it'll find a weak link somewhere else. That's why you leave a Dana 30 open unless you have chromoly shafts. And this company here is called Baja Designs out of San Diego, California. They do, obviously, Baja. They do a lot of Baja 1000 off-road motorcycle stuff. So they make such a good product. I said, let me have some of your lights so I can drive across the country in the middle of Wyoming and Nebraska. And they're amazing. LED technology, thermally managed. Just the lights are incredible, even put on. So I just can't speak highly enough about them. It's a good product.